Well, good morning. I hope you had a great weekend. Today we're going to talk about conditional sentences. And before starting with that, I would like to know if you remember what is a clause. Does anyone remember that? Well, nobody. In general, this happens. So a clause is a group of words that contains a verb, yes? So you need a verb in order to have a clause. Well, second, what you need to remember and to know them very, very well are the verb tenses, simple present, simple past, future, and so on, yes? If you know this, you are ready to understand conditional sentences. Okay, when are we going to use conditional sentences? Well, in order to imagine situations in the past, in the present, or in the future, yes? We'll see some examples and then you will understand better that. And then how many do we have? Well, there are 4 types of conditionals, but we're going to start from type 0. So it's 0, 1, 2, and 3. Yes, we don't have a type 4 conditional. Okay, up to here, yes, so clause, verb tenses, 4 types, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then we have type 0, yes, I have written already on the board, if clause, main clause, if clause, main clause for all of them. What about the if clause? What is the if clause for all of them, right? The if clause will establish the hypothesis, yes? You have a situation, yes, you are imagining a situation, and the situation that you are sharing, yes, when you are talking to someone, is a hypothesis, so that will go in the if clause, yes? And then we have the main clause that will tell us the result of that situation, yes? It doesn't matter if it is in the past, in the present, or in the future. So this applies for all of them, yes? For these 4 type of conditionals. And when we have the if clause first and the main clause second, we need a comma between the sentences, yes? Between the clauses, right? We have 2 clauses, so if clause, comma, and main clause. If we change it, yes, if we change the order, we don't need a comma. I'll explain it with our examples then. Well, so let's go to the most important part, yes? Apart from that, what do we need? Well, first we need to understand when are we using, yes? If there is a type, it means that there are 4 whys in order to explain them, yes? Why are we using type 0 in the situation? Why are we using type 1, 2, and 3? Because each of them, yes, you cannot use them at any time, no. So let's see when do we use each of them. Let's start with conditional 0, yes? Conditional 0 talks about general truth, yes? Or a scientific fact, for example. So, you can say, if you stay in the sun too long, you get sunburned. If you stay in the sun too long, you get sunburned. Who can tell me what are the verb tenses that we have? I have mentioned. I have said a sentence. So if you stay in the sun for too long, you get sunburned. So here we have simple present on both clauses. Simple present here and simple present here too. Yes? So, simple present, simple present. If clause, main clause, it doesn't matter. You will remember that you need simple present. And we're talking about general truth, yes? Then, what about conditional type 1? Here we're talking about likely situations, yes? So, real situations, likely situations in the present or in the future. Okay, so, and here, if I say, if I finish my homework early, I'll come to the party. There, if I finish my homework early, I'll come to the party. So there, do we have simple present again? No. So here in the if clause, yes, for type 1, we have simple present again. On the if clause, but in the main clause we have what? Will. Yes, we have future. So future simple. And of course there are like some variations, like you can use imperative, must, may, can, very infinitive, but we're not going to make focus on that. Yes, we're going to start using this, and then once that you have already understood them, we're going to keep on practicing changing them, right? Well, after that, we have type 2, yes? Here, again, if clause, main clause. Well, at this time, I think that you remember already that we have 2 clauses. So what about conditional type 2? Yes? In type 1, we were talking about likely situations in the present or future. Now, we're going to talk about imaginary situations, yes, and real situations in the present or future, or in case you would like to advise someone about something. So, if I had a few days off, I'd go to the seaside. If I had a few days off, I'd go to the seaside. There, I have simple past on the if clause, and would, yes, on the main clause, yes. Again, you can use could, might, yes, always plus very infinitive, but you're not going to talk about, but we're not going to make focus on that. So, okay, type 3, yes, so up to here we have general truth, yes, situations likely to happen in the present or future, unreal or imaginary situations in the present or future, and type 3, we are going to imagine situations but in the past, yes, or we're going to criticize someone, to talk about regret or criticism. And I'll tell you one sentence. So if they had seen James, they would have told me. Yes? So again, what do we have in the if clause? In the if clause we have past perfect. Yes? Had seen, past perfect. They would have told me. And here we have would, perfect conditional, you call it. Perfect conditional, or would plus past participle. Yes? Sorry, I think I didn't mention it just in case. But in type 2, you need would plus bare infinitive. Yes? Bare infinitive. Bare infinitive is without 2. Yes? So, up to here we have type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3. What else to remember? What happens if I change the order, yes, of the clauses? If I say, I'll come to the party if I finish my homework early. Do I need the comma or not? No, we don't need it, yes? So, up to here, are we good? Yes? Well, I think that I'm going to write some examples on the board now, yes? I should need some alcohol to clean it, but I don't have it right now. So, well, so let's continue. I will type some sentences. Yes, type, sorry, I type. I'm all the time thinking in typing all the time. I'll write some sentences on the board. If I say, for example, so here we have a sentence. Let's see which one is it. Yes, what type of conditional do we have here? If I were you, I would visit my dad. Yes? So, well, maybe here we have a clue, yes, because you are supposing you are someone else. And, yes, we know that in case of advice, we need what type of conditional? Type 2, that's right. Yes? If not, you can recognize it by the tenses you are using. If I were, and pay attention to were. So, I'm going to change the marker because this is not writing. Yes, so type 2 here, very good. And notice that in conditionals, we are allowed to use were, yes, instead of was, with all the pronouns in the if clause, yes? So, if I were you, I would visit my dad. Here we have simple past, would plus verb infinitive, yes? Okay? Type 2. And, okay, I'm going to give you another one. Let's see if you guess what's the type. So, if we don't leave the party now, we'll miss the bus. So what about this situation? Are we talking about a general truth here? No. Are we talking about a situation in the past? No. So what are we talking about? A likely situation to happen, right? And if you pay attention, what do you have here? Sorry, if you pay attention, what is this verb tense? If clause, and what's the verb tense here? Simple present, okay, good. So simple present on the if clause, and do we have simple present again? No, we have what? Will, yes, future. So, what is it? Okay, this is type 1. Okay, very good. Then, if I tell you, I'm going to write a type. If I had worked harder, I would have got the, well, I don't have scholarship. So, if I had worked harder, I would have got a scholarship. Yes? So, what are we talking about? We're talking about a situation that's already done, yes, that we cannot change. We are regretting about the situation. So what's that type? That's type 3. And apart from that, because here you have past perfect, remember, how do we form past perfect? Of course, well, you know that all perfect tenses take have as the auxiliary, so it is past, so we need had, and worked, yes, here, perfect tense. Work is a regular verb, so you need ed in the end. Harder. I would have got, so here we have perfect conditional, yes, or this would plus past participle, yes? So, well, now you know the last one is type 0. Type 0. And I'm going to give you the example. If I say, if you sweat too much, I'm sorry for my handwriting and uncomfortable writing this way. You dehydrate, yes? So, and here we have, if you sweat, dehydrate. These are the verb tenses. Okay, sweat. What's the verb tense here? Simple present. What's the verb tense here on the main clause? Simple present, yes? So simple present is type 0. And we're talking about a general truth or a fact or something obvious to happen. Because if you sweat too much, it's obvious that you dehydrate, okay? Well, then, what else? So, just for you to see, I'm going to write them again, changing the order, for example. And in order for you to see that, you need to remember about the comma. So, if I say, type 0, if you freeze, no, sorry, I'm sorry, I got confused. I told you I was going to do another thing. You dehydrate if you sweat too much. Yes? Here, no comma. Here, no comma. Then, type 1. Will miss the bus if we don't leave the party now. Type 2. So here again, no comma. Type 2. I would visit my dad if I were you. Again, no comma here. And type 3, I would have got the scholarship if I had worked harder. Yes? So, again, no comma here. Yes? And can you see that we are talking about the same? We are changing the order of the clauses. Yes? Here we still have the result and the hypothesis, but we are changing the order, saying the same, and we just need to remember there's no comma there. Well, I hope this. I hope you have understood this. They were going to keep on working on it, of course, and I suggest you to study hard verb tenses, because as you have seen, verb tenses. You need verb tenses for everything in grammar in English. Yes, I'm saying it one more time. Well, I hope you have a great weekend. Yes, and see you next week. Bye-bye.